Do you really believe that you're going to die? You're still falling for that lie? I don't know what to tell you. You do a lot of stupid things. We all do a lot of stupid things, but you probably do the stupidest things. And I don't mean that to offend you at all. Okay, no offense taken, I think. But seriously, you really think that you're gonna die? Yes, I do. You don't? Well, let me put it to you this way. I've always been told that I was going to die, so I just kind of programmed myself in that way. Do you see what I mean? Yes, I do. But that doesn't mean that, you're not gonna die. You programmed yourself thinking that you're gonna die, but you could have programmed yourself to think that you're not. But you still would. How do you know that? How do you know that? Well, because everybody who's ever lived has died. Do you know that for sure? Do you? You are someone who carries a great authority in this community, and you tell people that ultimately they're going to die, but do you have proof? Do you? You know, I've watched you for a good deal now, and I see how you carry yourself, I see how you talk to people. And I notice your habits. You're a chain smoker. You drink a lot. I notice you sneaking fifths, gin and vodka, rum, tequila. You don't really discriminate. You just go down to the corner store and get whatever you fancy, and I understand. I'm not really judging that. Good. Because I hate it when people judge me. I fucking hate it when people judge me, so if that's what you're gonna do, no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't need to do that. You're already doing that. Right? You got something that you can't stand, and you drink yourself into oblivion. So you're already judging. Whatever it is that you can't stand, that's a judgment. Then your attitude toward it is also a judgment. And that's why you gotta just smother it. And again, I'm telling you this as a friend. Someone who's known you for a while. Do you know, I've known you for a while too. That's how that works. And you present this facade. You really do. You present this know-it-all demeanor. And it's like you've got it all together. But you don't have it all together. It's a lie. You come to me and you ask me this question, whether I really think that I'm gonna die, and you're over there like you're sitting on the king's throne, as if you're not gonna die. And that's your superiority complex, that's your Achilles heel. Because you think that just because you're so smart and you've read some philosophy and done some meditation that you've always got the skinny on people, you know. You don't have the skinny on me, man, because I can see what you're doing. I can see the way that you shimmy and you chuck and jive. But this isn't going to work with me because I have been around the block. And this is not my first rodeo. I like that. I like the way you speak. You kind of pile on the idioms. Not my first rodeo. Wasn't born yesterday. Not the new kid on the block. That's cool. I like it. Yeah, that's what you do. That right there. You kind of analyze what people say, you pretend to like it, and then you've just one-upped them. No, I'm telling you, I really like the way you speak sometimes. You are obviously someone who has studied Toastmasters. No, I have not studied Toastmasters. But you studied something. No, I have not studied anything. I just like to sprinkle my speech with idioms, if that's okay with you. Now let's get back to the subject at hand. You were trying to pull some chess move on me. Get me to wake up to some perspective that I'm not gonna die. Now we do this. You always come at me with these Zen koans, and I get a little triggered. Yeah, you do. Oh, you get a lot triggered, man, because you got a lot going on inside you. And see, that's where I think you're being manipulative. No, I'm not being manipulative. You got a lot of shit going on. You wouldn't be drinking all these fifths every day. You know what I mean? And you're so convinced that you're gonna die that you waste away your time while you're alive. Because you're so terrified of dying. And then you spread that propaganda to the people who listen to you, who pay good money to listen to you. And I'm just telling you, man, there's a lot going on here that you're not registering, that I'm registering. Yeah, and I'm registering that you're registering that I'm doing something. Yeah, well, we're registering each other. Yeah. But you're up to no good. No, man. I am your friend. I don't really think that you are. No. You're a chain smoker, you're an alcoholic, you lie to yourself. You lie to others. I'm calling you out. I'm telling you who you are. And you should be grateful. Oh, I should be grateful. I should be grateful to you. I should be grateful to you. No, I'm not grateful to you. Because you don't know me. Well, I do. No, you don't. You don't know me. I actually kinda do. You don't know why I do what I do. Yes, actually, I do know why you do what you do. You are terrified of death, and so I ask you, I'm asking you, how do you know that you're gonna die? Because you're so consumed by that terror that you fuck up your life, and then that spreads. You spread your fear like a propaganda. It infects everything that you say. And you've got a responsibility to get it right, because you've got hundreds of people listening probably thousands actually. Thousands of people considering your platform. And you're walking around believing that someday you're going to stop existing. And I'm challenging that. Because with that mistaken belief, you're propagating it. It is propaganda. See, that's your spiritual superiority complex, because you actually think that you've got some kind of answer to death. And then you're coming to me and challenging me and saying that I'm confusing people. I'm not confusing people. We all know we're going to die. Now, maybe you've discovered some kind of elixir. You've discovered some kind of elixir, haven't you? What if I told you that I did? It's a magic potion, right? No, not really a magic potion. An elixir is a good word for it, because that elixir is a very open-ended term. So this isn't just some kind of random whack me over the head with a Zen koan conversation. You've actually got something to prove that you're not gonna die. Yeah, got something to prove that I'm not gonna die. An elixir. You have an elixir. Yeah, I do. So can I see it? No. It's not that kind of elixir. You're fucking with my head again. Well, why do you let me? Why do you let me fuck with your head if you think that I must have something here? Yeah, you do. I'll admit, I am intrigued by you. You know, I'm intrigued because I haven't met anybody who walks around with so much conviction, but is full of so much bullshit. I don't get that. That fucking surprises me. But what I'm trying to tell you, if you'll just listen to me, is that's you. And I say that with all due respect. Yeah, I feel respected, I really do. Alright, so, but you know what you're going to want to do now. You're going to want to go drink. You're going to want to go smoke your cigarettes. Because the life force in you, it doesn't know how to be just real and authentic. You're always chucking and jiving, you know, shucking and jiving. Little Johnny Two-Step here. I'm coming at you, man. I'm going for the jugular. I'm telling you, you're not going to die. Unless you believe it. And that's part of the elixir. Okay, so the elixir. Is that a metaphysical elixir? Like it doesn't actually have a material form? It's just something on the spiritual level? Something like that. So it's not a magic potion. Well, it's not a magic potion. So you're telling me that your elixir of immortality, I did not say immortality actually, your elixir of not dying, whatever that means, is metaphysically immaterial and a magical potion at the same time. Yeah, pretty much it's both. It's immaterial and material. I guess that's the best way to say it. And is it something that you could give me so that I could take it and, you know, live forever? I said that you would not die. I did not say that you will live forever. What? I said that you will not die. That is not the same as living forever. What is the difference? How is that? How are those two things not the same? It's a good question. See how important this conversation is between the two of us? See how you get so absorbed in what I'm saying that you wouldn't go and get a fifth of tequila to waste the night away and chain smoke and watch porn? I don't watch porn. That's what you say. You say you don't watch porn. And that's what you have to say to your thousands of viewers and subscribers and your audience base, but you're a porn addict. We both know that. How do you know that I'm a porn addict? How do you even compute that? I can tell you're a porn addict. You binge on porn. How do you know that? I can tell because it's just so dissatisfying. You know, people who drink a lot, smoke a lot, they're just looking, they're just desperate. They're just trying to grab from everything to piece it all together. Of course you're a porn addict. You masturbate once or twice a day. And you don't even think twice about that. You masturbate 3 times a day if you had time. So, right? Am I right? I'm gonna hear more about this elixir. Well, I will tell you something. You're not gonna like it. I will tell you this. That you gotta give up the smoking and the drinking and the porn addiction and the masturbation, compulsive masturbation. You gotta give it all up. Why do I have to give all that up? Because that is just the beginning, my friend. The beginning of what? The elixir. Are you tricking me? Are you fucking blowing smoke on my ass right now? Huh? Because we're having a serious conversation here, and if you're telling me that I gotta give up all these things, and that the reward will be some kind of eternal life, that's better. Now you're talking. What? Eternal life? What is the difference between not dying, living forever, eternal life? What's the difference here? Well, the problem is, my friend, and this is the reason that you don't trust me, and I get that, and I'm okay with that, but the problem is, my friend, you're very stuck in your head. You don't know that you're stuck in your head, but you don't have any frame of reference other than your head, your thoughts, your thinking. So, anything and everything I say is going to be co-opted by your intellect. And because you're so caught up in your head, you can't find your answers. And so you go to the alcohol, you go to the cigarettes, you go to the porn, you go to the masturbation, you go toward the drugs. I didn't even mention the drugs. I forgot the drugs. You go toward the drugs. It's not good, my man, because you're either really off kilter with all these substances and addictions, or you're super in your intellect because you're a very smart man. You're actually just kind of indulging me right now. I get that, and I appreciate that, because you're curious. I'm probably the only person you really indulge and actually listen to, because I'm coming from your left field. But I'm truthfully not even coming from any field. But I don't expect you to understand what I'm talking about, because you're seeing me through this substance fog, this addiction fog. You can't possibly see me clearly. Because you're either going to see me through all the addiction, substance, and all that, the abuse, or you're going to see me through your intellect only, or really, it's the both of them together. A convergence. So when I tell you that you're not going to die, you kind of scramble that message, and you're like, immortality, and I'm like, no, it's not that. And then you hit upon eternal life, and then you're back on track. But you guessed that. That's fine, man. I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. I don't care, because for me, this is like sophistry, and I want to get to the bottom of it, because I think that maybe you do have something valuable to say. I've been listening to you for some time now, because we've become friends. And yeah, you are the only person who ever says things that actually interest me. Because it seems to me that you have done some work on yourself, that you've had some kind of awakening, but the way you lord it over people, I don't lord it over people. You lord it over people. You're lording it over me. I'm not lording it over you, man. This is the issue, because you're just so stoked out on your drugs and your addiction and your alcohol and porn and all the cigarettes, or you're caught up in your head so much that someone like me is so misinterpreted. You think I'm lording it over you. I'm not lording it over you. I've just got conviction, and I've got power. I have the elixir. And it's like you're so dispossessed of your own intrinsic power and truth that when someone shows up and lives those things, lives in his power and truth and strength, you think that they're lording it over you just because they have conviction. You don't have conviction because your battleship is sunk. That's why you do everything that you do, because your battleship is on the bottom of the ocean. And then you see someone rolling up in their own battleship, and you're like, oh, you're a tyrant. No, I'm not a tyrant. I'm not lording it over you. I'm telling you, your battleship is at the ocean floor. But you gotta bring that shit up. And because your battleship is at the ocean floor, you got all these crazy ideas, and then you're disseminating to your audience base. And they're damaged goods too. Their battleships are practically at the bottom of the ocean too, if not, going down as we speak. I'm trying to tell you that there's an elixir. You take that elixir, and you will not die. But also, it's even a little bit more subtle than that, because you're not going to have to take it. You're just going to have to stop with all the bullshit. And then you're going to find the elixir is in your veins. Now, that's the first thing that you've said that actually makes sense to me. I don't give a fuck about these battleships. The elixir is in my veins, is what you're saying? Well, it's not in your veins, it's in my veins. But it could be in your veins once you detoxify and get rid of all the shitty mental programs. You're saying that the elixir is already here. The elixir of not immortality, but the elixir of not dying. Yeah. The elixir of eternal life is already in the veins. How do you know that? How do you know? Mr. Know-It-All. Mr. Spiritual Smarty Pants, how do you know? How do you know that the elixir is in your veins? How do you know you're not going to die? Come on, go and tell me. You're not going to die. if you realized you were never born. So it's not about immortality. The immortality is about the continuation of this organic life form. That's not who you are. It's part of who you are. It's just a flavor. Once you realize that which was not born, and you realize that you're not going to die. But you can't realize that with your over-intellectual mental programs running wild upstairs in your head. You can't realize that if you're whacking off to porn 3 times a day and chain smoking and drinking as many fits as you can guzzle, you're not going to see it. You're not going to feel it. You're not going to know it. You got to get rid of all that shit. Because that is what takes your battleship to the bottom of the ocean. And right now, you and your homies, that great subscription base that you've got on YouTube, you're showing up every other day like Howard Stern and corrupting their minds. There's no elixir in any of that. That's just pure propaganda based on someone who's gonna die. That's not what we want for you. We don't want you to die. That's not what you're here for. You're saying that I'm not here to die, but I'm not going to be immortal, and I'm going to realize my eternal life. Well, man, that's up to you, isn't it? Right, that's up to you. How do I know to even believe you? Well, it is a matter of belief. It's faith, really. You don't know. But you have said yourself that I'm probably the strangest guy that you've ever met, and you have an allergy to me every time I roll up and ask you these questions. Drop these Zen cones on you. You can't turn away. You want to exit the conversation and go get drunk and go whack off to whatever. But man, I'll just be here again when we meet again. And I'll be saying the same shit that I've always been saying. It won't be because I'm some kind of spiritual metaphysical prick. It's because I got the elixir in my veins. You don't have to know that. You just have to believe that. You, not me. I know it. How do you know that you were never born? How do you know that you will never die? Because I am that. How do you know that you are that, man? How do you know that? How could you know that? How could you not know that? How could I not know that? Everybody not knows that. Not everybody. See, we are just in different worlds. That's right, we are. You're identified with that contraction that pulls you away. Separates you from everything, from life itself. But when you're not identified with that contraction, you are the life force. You can tell that that contraction is itself a flavor of the life force itself. And when you are that life force, you are that elixir. And you're never going to die, because you're never born. And I think for something like yourself, and for all of your listeners on YouTube, I think it's time that you introduce this idea that they don't have to be a battleship sunk on the bottom of the ocean floor. That they can give up the drugs, give up the alcohol, give up the cigarettes, give up the porn, and start to toss out all the bad intellectual programming. Resurrect the battleship, bring it to the surface, and feel the elixir flowing, pulsing through your veins. I don't trust. You don't trust. And no, you never trusted. No, but I don't trust you. I know that you know. Don't trust me, man. You don't trust anything. You don't trust the soul. And yet you got this great big audience. They trust you. But that doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? To trust a man who doesn't trust a thing. Where are you leading them? Do you just do it for the attention or just because you pay your bills this way? It's not ethical, man, but you don't seem to care. You just think, oh, well, this is the only thing I've got. You need to step up. You need to man up. If you don't trust anybody, you need to get to the reason why you don't trust anyone. Why you don't even trust this reality. And I'll tell you why you don't trust it. You think it's out to get you. You think it's this beast, this monster, this big other. And you're on its territory and it's crashing down on you with its fangs. I mean, look at how you project onto me. Right when I roll up and I've done nothing. Nothing. But just come and chat with you and you go heap this superiority complex on me. You think I'm a tyrant, I'm lording it over you, I'm doing all these things. I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to show you. And I got a problem with that. I'll be real. I'm gonna be real. You've got a problem with you trying to show me shit. But why? Why would you have a problem with me doing that? Why not just say, I'm really interested, or let me give that a shot. You try to show all your viewers something, do you not? That's why they tune in. That's why you're so popular. Yeah, and if I didn't know any better, I'd think that you're trying to subvert me so that I'll doubt myself and that my show and my ratings will fucking tank. That's what I think you're up to. No, man, I don't care about any of that. I care about you. I care about you. I care about the fact that you're suffering, man, that you're so addicted to all these substances and everything, and that you're on the ocean floor. You don't have any hope to get off of the ocean floor, to come up. And because you're connected to all these other people, they don't have any hope either. None of them know about the elixir inside you. And it's not something that you take like a potion. It's something that you realize is already there because you were never born and you are never going to die. And that elixir is who you are. So when I say that the elixir is flowing through your veins, the elixir is your veins. The elixir is your fucking hand and your pinky and your pointer. It's your chin. The elixir is your shoulder, your chest, it's your toes. The elixir is everywhere. It's not just your body. It's your computer. It's the room, it's the clothes, it's the books, it's the stereo, it's your car. You can't miss it. The elixir is everywhere. You just need to have faith in that.